favorite people, we're back again with a part 3, I think at this point, 101 facts about the UK. Now let me know if you like how I've been doing it, where we react to this video, and then anything that is like we can dissect further. For example, Winston Churchill, the USSR, the role of the Queen and Parliament and all that stuff. All the facts that we get from this video, we dive deeper into in other videos. I just think that that kind of gives us a more concise view on this video, for example. Anyways, enough talking, let's get right into it. Again, this is 101 facts about the UK. Like the video, check out my other part 1 and 2 of this video if you haven't seen it yet. Subscribe, like the video, DM me video requests over on Instagram, check out my other channels. I have a music reaction channel and a travel vlogging channel, link down below. Here we go.
Others.
We already saw the bacon guy. Okay, where were we at? Here. Parliament.
Brexiting the F out of there due to a referendum in June 2016 because reasons. And a bus, mainly. Number 24. In fact, Collins Dictionary made Brexit, which sounds like a breakfast cereal specifically designed for people with diarrhea, but is actually an admittedly terrible fusion of the words Britain and exit, their word of the year in 2016.
Brexit.
Number 25. Her Majesty the Queen of England II is the head of state in the United Kingdom. As a constitutional monarchy, Her Majesty does not rule the country as such.
Constitutional monarchy, head of state. Constitutional monarchy. So it's not like a dictatorship where the royal family has all the power. It might have been at one point, but it's not like that anymore, 21st century. Constitutional monarchy, I guess, means that y'all do, as subjects, still have your own rights. Because that's what a constitution means, right? Yeah, someone answer that. And head of state, what does head of state mean? Hold on, let's Google. What does, we need to look into all the queen's, like what she can do, what she can't do. Head of state mean. Head of state, the chief public representative of a country, such as a president or monarch. Oh. Okay, so like our president, the queen is your head of state. Interesting. But they don't have the same thing because you can't vote on your queen.
But the royal family fulfills important ceremonial and formal roles, like celebrating lots of birthdays and showing off their children and corgis.
Okay, so the royal family is still around for tradition and historical roles. Cool.
Love you though, you Madge.
Oh, she was pretty.
Number 26. Along with our Queen Lizzie, there's a whole family of royals. Yes,
I'm not gonna say much on this, but because you guys already know how I feel about the monarchy and royal families and all that kind of stuff.
Thank you, Lord. Right at the top of the family tree is the arrogantly named Alfred the Great, who defended his kingdom against the Vikings.
Oh, I love those
97.
shows. Like where it talks about the Vikings and like conquering and all these stuff. Wessex, Essex, the history. I love all that. I love watching that stuff on TV. I don't know if it's like legitimate or has like an American spin on it, but they're still very interesting and informal.
Windsor Castle, where the Queen spends most of her time, is the largest royal home in the world. It's also the oldest continually inhabited royal residence in Britain, don't you know, having been built by William the Conqueror around 1080 AD.
William the Conqueror. I wonder what he did with his life.
Number 20. Nowhere in the UK is more than 75 miles away from the sea.
That's crazy.
Which is quite lucky, really, given that we do like to be beside the seaside, or we do like to be beside
Fish and chips.
Except me, actually. I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating.
And when it gets in your hair...
Number 29.
When I come back, that is definitely my goal. I want to see the ocean. I've never been to like a legit beach. Obviously, where I live in Texas, like the north part of Texas. So I'm not close to the ocean at all. But you know, we have lakes and stuff, and that brings like sand deposits. But have I been to an actual like real life beach? No. So if I come back to the UK, I'll definitely want to go see one.
London is the capital of England and the
UK,
by the way.
Yes.
Just in case you weren't aware. Hey, it's a fact. Can't sue me.
Yeah. And I did have a question. Why is it London that's the capital of the UK and not like Glasgow or something? Or anywhere else in Scotland or Wales? Why does it gotta be London? Why not the other countries? Let me know.
Number 30. Just in case you visit and need to know the laws, you need to be 18 to drink alcohol and you're not allowed any drugs at all.
I think it was Iceland, but I was surprised because I wanted to buy a drink on my way back. Because obviously, like you just said, the age limit is, or the minimum age is 18, so I could drink in the UK. But when I was back in the airport and I gave them my ID, she was like, you have to be 21. I think it was Iceland, and I was like, what the? But okay.
Not even marijuana. Soz chaps, but hey, have a
Marijuana?
cup of tea instead. Number 31. Rather stereotypically speaking of tea, every day us British drink 165 million cups of tea.
Jesus.
Which is over 20 times more than the average American.
Maybe I just haven't had a proper cuppa tea because, I don't know, it's just bitter to me. I like juices. In fact, I'm over here drinking juice right now. I like it very sweet and like fruity. So if there's a tea that tastes kind of like that, I would probably like it. But the teas that I've had are just very bitter or taste like citrusy, you know, like orange. And they're very strong. They give me a headache sometimes. But, you know, if so many people like tea, it must be good. So maybe I'll have a cup one day and vlog it for you guys.
I think I'm responsible for at least an 18th of that figure. Clyde, give me a tea.
Clyde.
Number 32. When you think of British food, you probably think of this.
Fish
or
and
this.
chips.
But what about
A sausage link and mashed potatoes? Haven't heard that one yet.
this?
Chicken and pasta.
You should, because the United Kingdom recently named chicken tikka masala as a national dish, which is a spicy curry created in Britain and is actually
yeah.
unheard of in India itself.
Because of the major Asian population in the UK, or in London, or in England, or the UK. One of the three.
Number 33. Speaking of fish, and indeed chips, the first fish and chips restaurant was opened in 1860 in London by a Jewish immigrant named Joseph Malin.
Ah, an immigrant brought the phenomenon. And people in America love to say immigrants don't contribute, but they really do. Even in the UK, they contribute. They made the grand fish and chips. I love that.
So thank you, Joseph, for giving me that sweet, sweet newspaper-wrapped batter-drenched heart attack. I owe you one. Number 34.
That's funny.
Speaking of heart attacks,
Scotland.
a big national food of Scotland is haggis. Sheep heart, liver and mince encased in a stomach.
Yeah, we actually saw this in the last one, and I was like, I don't even want to look at it. I have trypophobia. If you don't know what it is, look it up. And it's kind of triggering to get that right now, so I'm gonna move on.
You want some haggis, Americans? Do you? Do you want some haggis? Number 35? Well, that's too bad, because it's illegal to import haggis from the UK into the US, as the American government has declared that sheep bones are unfit for human consumption. I mean, how dare they? Have they tried American chocolate? It tastes like disappointment in a bar.
We had this discussion in the last video. I'm just realizing that. But yeah, I don't know. I think our chocolate is delicious. I will have to try a British form of chocolate because ours is very sweet, very milky. I like it. I don't know. Obviously, there's different ingredients that we use with our chocolate, so I'll compare them one day. If I ever open a P.O. box, someone could send me some.
Number 36.
36.
The Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is
Dude, we've seen these already. Let's go ahead and skip ahead.
not underground. Number 40. The longest escalator in a tube.
Bro, what's going on here?
Names for nearly 180 years. So there's going to be plenty of Twerk Joneses out there soon. Wow, that kind of sounds like a detective.
Twerk Jones.
Jones on the case. Number 47. Speaking of twerking,
Golf?
kind of. According to The Sun, most Brits will have rumpy-pumpy love time, sex, a total of 4,239 times in their lives. Just one more time for me and I've beaten the average.
Alright.
Just kidding, it's around.
Where did they get this statistic from? And how does the sex statistics is a fact about the UK? Interesting. Okay.
4,239 more times and a half.
What is
Number
happening?
48. When the UK was asked what our favourite steamy position for sexy time is, we all...
Bro, monetization. I need my coin.
Sabbath, Robbie Williams, David Bowie, The Who, Oasis, Iron Maiden, Robbie Williams, and of course the Spice Girls.
Y'all really are responsible for some of the greats. That's something we definitely have in common, America and Britain. Y'all have great groups. We have great artists. It's like the musical talent is insane. Freaking Adele. Y'all gave us Adele.
So, yeah, you're welcome, rest of the world.
Yeah.
Number 51. In fact, the Beatles are the highest-selling and most successful musical artist of all time, and they came...
If you saw my vlog when I was in London, I freaking got to go to the sidewalk, the crosswalk, zebra stripes, and walk where they walked, and I went into Abbey Road Studios, the gift shop, and I bought a bunch of stuff. I got my pencils, I got my journal, I got some vinyl records. I've already shown you before in another video, but it was an experience.
Came straight out of the UK, Liverpool to be precise.
Liverpool, the Scousers.
Number 52. TV and soaps are also a big dealio. The most watched TV episode of all time in the UK was of a soap set in London called EastEnders.
EastEnders. Interesting. Should we check that out? If there's no copyright issues. EastEnders. Let's see what it's about.
Specifically, an episode in 1986 on Christmas Day, which pulled in 30 million viewers.
All watching the show at once. That must have been a big check for the actresses. I just saw it's by BBC, so maybe not. Copyright issues. Sure to come.
63. We also love our comedy over here, given that we invented the concept.
Oh!
And have produced many, many funny shows and sitcoms that...
British people invented comedy. Interesting.
It's not included.
The Office!
Under the sitcom considered the funniest and most popular is Only Fools and Horses. Number 54. In 2014, 10,908 umbrellas were lost on the London Underground, as well as 20,000 mobile phones. So if you need to get dry and get a new phone, hop on the tube. You never know what you might find.
It's interesting because I would describe London the same way I would describe New York City. But New York City, though you see a lot of cars, I think it's more, in the culture anyway, it's more prevalent with the subway. And I feel like London, though, is the same. You could use the underground or you can drive around. Like, the culture is, like, for transportation, both. So that's just interesting.
Number 55. A human skull and prosthetic legs have also been found in London without their owner.
This reminds me of nursing, which reminds me I need to start studying again. It's already June, and I'm starting school in August. I need to get back into studying. The mandible, zygota, it's zy something muscle.
Oh, Bethnal Green! That's where I left my human skull. I ruined that performance of Hamlet using a basketball instead.
I've never seen
Number
Hamlet.
56. It was just above a pub named the Red Lion on Great Windmill Street in London that Karl Marx made his marks by drafting the Communist Manifesto.
I just learned that Marxism isn't actually communism. If you saw my USSR reaction that I posted like yesterday, then we learned all about socialism, communism, democracy, what's his name? Stalin, Lenin, all those people.
It's now a B-at-1 cocktail bar, which is, I'm sure what he would have wanted.
Yeah. Should have turned it into a museum or something.
Number 57. Football, or soccer ball, as it's
Soccer
known,
ball.
is a massive part of UK culture. In fact, it's such a
And
phenomenon that
rugby.
some YouTube channels do videos about football daily. You're welcome, guys. There's your shout out. Now, stop flooding my inbox with pictures of Joe naked, please.
Aye. Speaking of sports, I did get a request. I actually have it like saved up. How to play cricket. I was getting requests for cricket. Would y'all like me to continue the football journey, rugby journey, or start with cricket? Let me know. Yeah.
Number 58. We love football so much, as a nation, not Clive and I individually, we're more into bowling, that
What's
there
up
are
with
over
this Clive stuff?
5,300 clubs, 7,000 teams, and over 100 stadiums.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, y'all really, I'm going back just to hear the number again because that's insane to me. We do not take soccer that serious here.
Not Clive and I individually, we're more into bowling. That there are over 5,300 clubs, 7,000 teams, and over 100 stadiums across the UK. Number 59.
And the fact y'all probably have chants for every single one, your brain is like an encyclopedia to remember those lyrics.
But not everyone likes football. Many kings, such as Edward II, III and IV, and Richard II, wanted to actually ban the beautiful game completely.
Bunch of dicks. Why? What was it bothering you? Because the poor kids had a game to play while they were starving. Under your rule.
Number 60. Even Shakespeare apparently disapproved of football, specifically mentioning it with disdain in his play A Comedy of Errors. Your defence is terrified, Shakespeare's on fire.
It would be interesting. It's like basically going back to English class. What if I started reacting to, or reading, I guess, Shakespearean, not commentary, poetry and literature and all that stuff, and analyzing it on the channel, and y'all could like chime in the comments with me. If that's something you're interested in, let me know. I like how this video always like branches off and creates other things that we can do on the channel. I love these thingies.
Number 61. Speaking of willies, sausages. That was the most immature thing I think I've ever done. Sausages are very popular here in the UK. They were introduced by the Romans around AD 400, and there are now 470 recipes for British bangers.
A sausage essentially is just like a big chunk of meat just stuffed together. Because isn't a hot dog as well just like the bad parts of a pig? So sausage is probably just like the butt cheek or something, just slapped together.
Number 62. Our smallest city is St David's in Pembrokeshire with a population of 1,797.
St. David's in St. Brookshire. So St. Brookshire is probably like the county, and St. David's is the actual city name. 1,797 people. That's still a lot of people just compared to other places it's not.
In my mind, it's exactly like Hot Fuzz over there. Number 63. The highest temperature ever recorded in England was 38.5 Celsius, which is 101.3 Fahrenheit.
That ain't shit. Y'all are crying over 101 degrees. I live in Texas. It's 101 degrees right now. Try 110 degrees Fahrenheit. You just get used to it at one point. Like, I don't know. Like, now I can't stand the cold because, like, I grew up in Texas. So just the cold makes me not even be able to function. But, like, 101 degrees, that's a normal day.
Hey, 101. On August the 10th, 2003, every single
Jeez.
man in the UK probably took their top off and got immensely sunburnt, because that, after all, is the British way.
That's true. Y'all are very pale. Not gonna lie. I don't think, aside from like the women, and I think it was just makeup, I didn't see anyone with a tan, which is a big cultural difference here, because, you know, here we have tanning beds, tanning salons, all these like tanning things, but no, people embrace their palility over in the UK. Paleness.
Nintendo 64. However, the UK's weather is renowned for raining all the pissing time.
I don't really like
and yes,
rain.
that can be true. In fact, the Met Office found that in Snowdonia, the Lake District and the Scottish Highlands, they received more than 4 metres of rainfall in a year.
Jesus Christ. You know, I don't even go outside when it's predicted to be more than 2 inches. Because it's just scary. I don't like driving in the rain. I don't like walking around in the rain because you can get sick. I don't know. And speaking of the Highlands, that is definitely something I want to visit in Scotland. Because Outlander, if you've seen that show, it's about the Highland history, the red coats and the Scottish people and those conflicts. It's just very interesting. So if I ever make it back to the UK after this pandemonia, definitely want to be in the Highlands at some point.
4 metres!
I don't like the rain.
Number 65. Le Français was actually the official language of England for around 300 years.
Ooh. Back to the debate y'all have with me. Favour, it's all language. It's called English. We're English, therefore we own it. Actually, it was created by the Germans. And, like you just said, for 300 years, y'all was speaking French. Wow.
From 1066 till about 1362. Sounds like I was there, or I wasn't actually.
That's crazy.
I'm not there.
I wonder what changed. Like, were y'all conquered by the French? Or did y'all just assimilate with the French? Was there an influx of immigrants from France? Like, how did you go from speaking English or a form of English, like the older version, to then speaking French? What was the change?
Old, although sometimes I do feel it.
And that's a perfect place to transition also, in the next video that I'll be posting today is the languages of the British Isles. So let's wrap up this video. Let me know if you guys want me to do a part 4 of 101 facts about the UK. We have about 10 minutes left, so yeah, the last part of this video. Like the video, let's get 600 likes on this video, DM me a video request over on Instagram, and let's get right into languages of the British Isles. Yeah.